Hello everyone, this is Eric, and I wanted to show everyone how I use Snap software to do a smile simulation for my patients. I tend to use it for anyone that is considering cosmetic dentistry or Invisalign. So what Snap does is it takes an image and creates a before and after image. So what we need to do is number one, get the image onto the desktop so the grabber can pull the image into the program. Now, in my case, I use Dexis to export this image. If you have a higher quality picture that you want to do, you can probably just put it on the desktop with a memory card reader of some sort. So we're in the extraoral images tab in Dexis. We're then going to click on the export tab, which is right there. We want to make sure that we export the image to the desktop as a JPEG file, and we're going to click the image that we want to export. So whichever image shows up over here is the one that's white in the checkbox. We'll check it and then we go ahead and export it. Okay, so once that's been exported, we're going to click on the grabber. Now the grabber basically is going to give us the ability to pick from the images on the desktop. Again, anything JPEG it'll pick up. Then all we have to do is follow the directions in the software. So number one, choose the procedure. Again, for crowns, veneers, or Invisalign, I always pick crowns and veneers. Next, it tells me to zoom or trace the inner lip, so I'm just going to go ahead and trace. I don't need to zoom. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to do a decent job. Hit next. And what it's going to do, basically, it's going to take one of these files and import it into the area that you cropped. But the problem is it's taking a image of a retracted mouth and trying to squeeze it into that position. So because it's a retracted picture, it looks kind of funny when you look at it here. What I do to kind of correct for that is get rid of the lowers and do the uppers only, and then I make the teeth fit the mouth from there. Now, just so we know in this case, we previously treatment planned her using Snap, and at the end of treatment, we did crown lengthening to correct for the gummy smile and the cant, and we did 10 veneers, and lower Invisalign was just recently completed after the first stage. So what we are going to do first is I'm going to show you what we can do with this. We can move it up and down, we can rotate, and we can also resize. Resize by actually dragging the boxes that way, in and out. So we're going to basically try and set the incisal edges. But you could see when we did that, we created a reverse smile. So what we're going to want to do is recurve or correct for that. And you can see that that really starts to create a nice smile form. So we go ahead and correct the cant. Maybe a little bit more. And when you hover over this, over the image, the crosshairs will show up. When you hover over here, when you click over here, you can see it disappears. So I'm pretty happy with the position of the gingiva there. The size of the teeth is pretty nice. We can still see her lower teeth here, about the same as there. So her teeth are relatively the same, similar size. Maybe drop them a hair. I don't want to go too crazy at this point because you can really spend a lot of time doing it. I want to show you more so the controls that we have Teeth brightness, I always stay away from because it tends to change the color of the gums along with the color of the teeth. So if we don't like the color, what we're going to do is change the contrast. And you can see how bright we can get. But what we're looking for here is we can see that the gingiva levels are a lot better. Again, this is meant for the patient's eyes and not necessarily for our dental eyes. So all OCD dentists, give me a break here. If you really want to show the lowers, you can, but there you can see what I mean, how it looks a little weird. If you really want to play with the dimensions of the teeth, you can a little bit using the stretch feature, but I don't like to use the stretch feature. It really tends to change the proportions of the teeth and can distort things. So at this point, I think it's close enough where I would say I'm done and I would click next. And now it gives us a really nice image of a before and after. And you can really see that this person looks like they have a completely new smile, completely new person. And we did it in 2 minutes with a computer imaging software. But to her, she's going to walk away with this and really be able to show her friends, her family, her Facebook friends, who knows. But it's really nice to be able to give people this preview. In my opinion, it gives a lot more information than doing a wax up or anything like that. There are companies that will do this for you as well, but the downside is the patient doesn't get the same wow effect they do when they get to see this transformation in front of them. When you're doing cosmetic dentistry, there's a certain aspect of emotion involved, and they want to feel a connection between you, the dentist, the guy that's basically creating this smile. They want to know that you know what you're doing, and they really want to see you in action. So it's nice that you can let them see what you're capable of in such a short period of time. Now, at this point, we're going to go ahead and save this image. Okay. What's nice about this software is it saves it to the network. So because it's on the network, you or the treatment coordinator both have access to these images or whoever else in the office. So it can be printed in the front. They can pull it up and show the side by side to the patient as they discuss the treatment as well. It's really neat. Um, but always make sure you let the patient at least take a picture of this with their cell phone. You can also email it to them if you were to, pull the folder up, but I find it easiest just to print them a copy, let them take a cell phone call a day. Your hygienists, your assistants, my 3.5-year-old daughter can all do this smile design less than 5 minutes. Totally worth it. Patients will love the results and you'll change a lot more lives and smiles with it. So good luck. Have a great night, guys.